Beer can chicken, when it's done right, it is absolutely delicious. I did one recently on my Kamado Joe. Someone said, hey, Jake, can you do one on the Yoder? I'm here for you. That's what we're doing today. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today we're doing some beer can chicken. We're gonna add a smoke tube to this guy. Now, recently I did it on my Kamado Joe, and someone in the comments down below said, hey, can you do one on the Yoder? And I said, yeah, I've got one. And I went to look for the video, and it was 3.5 years ago. So I think we're overdue. That one had a little bit of a Spanish flair to it. This one, we're gonna try a smoke tube here. Now, I've got a couple different smoke tubes. One that's full length like this guy, and one that is kind of a half one. What we're doing here is I've got some Bear Mountain hickory pellets in here, and we're only about this full. It's gonna give us about 40 minutes of smoke. The chicken's gonna take a little bit longer, but we're gonna cook this quite high, right around 425, and I want to get some smoke flavor in there because the Yoder, or any pellet grill in general, once you get up to those temperatures, you're burning a very, very clean fire and a big fire because we're up high in the temperature range, and there is very little smoke flavor, if any. So today I'm going to correct that with a smoke tube because I like a little bit of smoked chicken. We're going to put that in here. We're going to get out our torch and give this a quick light before we get started. Now, quick reminder on this thing, when you're using pellets in here, you want to give it a good light, 45 seconds to a minute, and then you want to let it burn for a couple minutes before you blow it out. All right, we're gonna let that burn for a couple minutes here. Man, I'm sweating already. Now, before you ask, I'm sweating, it's hot, so I got some water. But it's not quite 12 o'clock yet. Mom told me I can't have a drink before noon, so I'm respecting her wishes. And unless I'm on the golf course, 12 o'clock somewhere doesn't apply to rum and coke. So what I'm gonna do now, the clouds are in, I'm gonna let the sun come back out. I'm gonna go get my chicken, and let's show you how we're gonna prep it. All right, so it's been a couple of minutes since we lit our smoke tube. We're gonna blow that out. So I'm inside, and funny enough, I'm just thinking about my intro, and then I realized I'm making beer can chicken, so I gotta open up a beer. But I looked at the time, and we're only 15 minutes early, so just don't tell my mom, okay? We got some beer, we got some chicken. First off, we're gonna open this guy up here. This is a chicken from Meat and Bone. If you're new here, they're a brand new meat partner of the channel. And if you've been here for a while, like what I do, and want to help support the channel and them at the same time, check them out. I've got a 10% discount code below. And I'll tell you what, I just did a channel update recently, and I told you I'm bringing back the big bad 32-inch Kamado, and I wanted to start a cooking style. So I went to Meat and Bone, I ordered some chicken, I ordered this amazing, monstrous sized, it's a 58-ounce tomahawk. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a big old bone-in pork, or a big old, pork butt. So I ordered their 11 to 13 pound one, and it's in my fridge right now. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I could not believe the size of that thing. It is monstrous. But again, I got a 10% discount code for them below if you wanna check that out. So what we're gonna do here is, this guy is actually a little bit frozen. Man, I thought you'd be thawed out by now. That's all right. We'll push through. But what we're gonna do is we are going to, first I'm gonna give this a little bit of a coating. And I'm out of avocado spray. I really prefer that over Pam, but I got Pam from seasoning some grates or something. I can't remember why I have it, but we're gonna use a little bit of that. And if you're using anything like this, just give it a spray because it's way easier to clean. It's almost worth doing the bottom as well because it's gonna sit on the grate there. But what we're gonna do here is we're going to, I haven't used this hand yet, so I can open this beer. I feel like every time I do some chicken, the birds around here get really, really loud. You don't need too much in here. Less is more, because you want it to get up temperature and steam. We got some John Henry's Texas chicken tickler stuff here. Get this at epbbq.com. It is some good stuff. I'm getting low on it. And actually, if you check it out, I have a link down below because they're a partner as well, but the label has changed on it. I just noticed the other day I was getting ready to order some stuff. But what we're gonna do here is we're going to put this guy on top of here, hopefully, because it's a little frozen, I can get this to happen. Just the insides a little bit. Oh boy, what did I get myself into here? I'm just gonna snip the skin here a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room to work with. Every time I'm on camera, I got problems with this stuff. There we go. I think we're gonna be okay. There we go. You gonna sit there? Now what we're gonna do is take off our glove so I can touch my seasoning. This is pretty damp right now, so I'm gonna use just a touch of oil just to make sure it sticks. Again, I'd rather use avocado oil right now, but we don't have that, so that's what we're dealing with. And this stuff, my friends, is delicious. It's got lots of garlic in it. What's in this stuff anyhow? We got, I don't know, it's gluten-free. It doesn't tell me what's in this. That's unusual. But I know it's got some garlic in it, it's got some pepper, it's got some salt. There it is. Onion powder, dehydrated onion, a little bit of sugar. Sugar's down low on the list. Some dehydrated red pepper, some parsley flakes, and some dehydrated orange peel. So it's got a really nice flavor to it. Something a little different. Should you get down the sides here? I'm gonna have to fix my guy. What am I doing? Falling apart here. This is backyard barbecue in its finest, folks. Probably could have seasoned it before I put it on there, but I thought it might be a little easier. All right. Let's see if I can get this on with one hand. Probably not. We're gonna get dirty. All right. So the beer can is just sitting there, or the beer can holder is just kind of sitting there as a holder, and that's it. It's not really gonna go on top of it. But what we're gonna do now is we're going to pick up this slippery little guy. We're gonna throw this right in the middle like so. So through the power of editing, I've gone and I've washed my hands. We're back. I wanna just put a little bit extra seasoning on this guy. And the one thing you don't hear me talk about too often is just keeping a clean surface, right? Lots of times I'll change my gloves between cuts, especially if I'm touching beer, my rum and coke, or a seasoning. But you know, even when you're working in this area here, especially with poultry, when you're moving it around, like it can splash a little bit. So just make sure that you're always working with a clean surface, wipe it down with soap and water, and make sure that you stay safe and keep things clean. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn this guy on. We're gonna click our start. Now default is 350. Now I learned something cool the other day. Someone told me in the comments, if you push and hold the dial in, you go in 25-degree increments. Nearly 4 years, I didn't know that. So look, I read all the comments, I try and respond to them, but when I see a good one like that, I'll put it up on the screen, but I just saved a little bit of time there with the dial and you can lock it in perfectly. So we're going up to 425 for this cook. We're using Bear Mountain hickory inside. We've got some rolling in the smoke tube. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna cook this hot and fast. I told you guys many, many times, chicken loves to be cooked hot and fast. Just think about deep fried chicken, right? Deep fried wings. Rotisserie chicken over direct fire. I mean, it loves it, right? So we're gonna go hot, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna help us cook a little quicker and end up with a little bit of a crispier skin. Now, I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably gonna put some barbecue sauce in this because I love me some barbecue sauce. And last week I did a whole smoked chicken. I'll throw that right here. That thing turned out delicious, and even without barbecue sauce, that smoky skin was crunchy and full of flavor. But generally, I like some sauce on it, so I think we're gonna do some sauce on this today. So let's close this guy up. We got some smoke coming. The Yoder is started, and now it's 12:01. I can drink my beer and not feel bad. I'll see you soon. Now, real quick, just in case you're scratching your head over there, like, the Yoder's not even on yet. What's he doing? I've been doing a lot of cold starts in the last year. Last year I did a video called 0 to 400 wings. I'll put a link here as well. Now, they cooked a little quicker and they were definitely a little charred than they would normally be, but they turned out pretty darn good. And what's happening there, when you fire up your pellet grill, I mean, look at all our smoke, right? You're gonna get a whole blast of smoke in the beginning as this comes up to temperature. So we get a little bit of extra smoke time in there. We've got the pellet tube in there that'll help. But as soon as this thing gets going, the smoke will slowly come down and we'll get a smoky chicken, but it'll be super crispy skin. So it's been an hour and 8 minutes, we're done. It actually just hit 160, a little higher than I wanted. It cooked pretty darn quickly. Let me show you what it looks like. Super crispy skin, exactly what we want to see. Now I think this guy's been drinking the beer a little too much because he's fallen over a couple times. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it. We're gonna put some sauce on it. This is a smoky, nice barbecue sauce I get at Ikea. What I did here is just put it in the microwave and warm it up a little bit. I don't have a lot of time because I don't want it to cook too much more, but I do want it to be a saucy chicken. So we're gonna just take care of this like so. That'll give us enough for now. Now we're just gonna give this like 5 minutes just to tack up a little bit. And I'll bring it back, we'll pull it off and have a closer look. Let's pull this guy off. Just a reminder, I've got some white cotton gloves underneath these gloves. These are great for handling hot food. And because our guy's a little tipsy, I've got visions of me lifting him up and dropping him. So I'm gonna take him off the holder, but I mean, look at that. That skin was nice and crispy. Obviously with some sauce on there, it's gonna be a little not as crispy anymore, but I mean, you can see some of the crispiness in that right where. I mean, this looked great. This is why he's fallen off. He kind of fell apart there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this guy cool down for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. And try and get my gloves off without staining my cotton gloves. And we'll turn this guy off. We'll leave that in there until this cools down. We'll take this inside and I'll just deal with the smell until it cools down. So it's been about 10 minutes. Let's dig in. As you can see, it's looking pretty darn good. Now, I did not give the sauce as much time as I would have liked to tack up because it was already at 160 when I put that sauce on there. It was higher than I wanted and I didn't want to take a chance and dry it all out. So it's gonna be a little saucy, just like me. So let's dig in right here. Perfect. Look at that. That's a big old piece. Man, that smoky sauce certainly complements that, but sauce aside, that extra kick of smoke in the beginning and with that pellet tube there, you can taste a little hint of that all the way through the chicken. It's not overpowered whatsoever. Just tastes like great tasting smoked chicken. And that skin with the sauce on is completely cut through. Without the sauce, it'd be crispy as shit. You'd be happy with this guy. If you like this chicken, I got another one for you right here. Check that out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.